Listen, I know I'm about to get a lot of backlash for making this video, and I know someone's probably typing up in the comment section as I'm speaking right now, but I'm ready to go to war. I'm ready to fight every single one of you guys, and this video isn't necessarily for me to prove why Zoro is stronger than Big Mom. It's to compare the two and their feats, and I know that comparison in general is just what's gonna piss you guys off. Big Mom especially, she's on this pedestal. No matter what she does, it don't matter because she is a Yonko, guys. She can do the dumbest shit in the series, but she's a Yonko and fought Kaido for 2 days. It all don't matter. Even though she's one of the dumbest characters in the entire series. Even though people do whatever the fuck they want to her. Even though, on the verge of death, she decides not to use the best ability in the series, Advanced Haki, because she'd rather not. She'd rather take her lifespan instead of actually using Advanced Haki. That same person, we can't talk about because she's a Yonko. Makes sense. Listen, I want to emphasize that I'm talking about a Big Mom that doesn't use Advanced Haki. I know some of you guys like to be like, you act like Big Mom can't use Advanced Haki. I mean, do I act like it or does she act like it? I don't know. Because she doesn't use it, right? I'm just talking about the Big Mom that we've seen. I'm not talking hypothetically of her using Advanced Haki in a fight with Napoleon. One last thing, if you guys don't want to agree with the fact that Zoro is capable of fighting Big Mom by himself, because narratively it just doesn't make sense. He hasn't been portrayed to be at that level yet, and Oda wouldn't write something like that as of right now. Completely reasonable, 100% fine. It took Kin a lot to defeat her. For Zoro to be able to fight her on his ones would be kind of strange, and I understand that aspect of it. And from what we've seen from Zoro, we could definitely make this a conversation, and that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys take the time to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So to imply that Zoro can defeat Big Mom, I would have to be insinuating that he can keep up with her speed or be able to land attacks on her at any given time. Now I'm gonna take it a step further.
Let him cook! Let him cook now!
Not only can Zoro land attacks on Big Mom, he can blitz her whenever he chooses to. Now going back to the rooftop, Big Mom is about to hit Luffy with a heavenly attack with Prometheus. While she's in motion of hitting Luffy, while she is saying the attack, she's literally in the movement of firing the attack. Zoro comes in Firefox style and blitzes Big Mom and cuts Prometheus in half. One of the clear indications that Zoro blitzed Big Mom. Wait, Zoro blitzing Big Mom? A Yonko? Yo, no way, I can't see that type of shit. What? That never happened? What the fuck? Yo, I'm gonna pretend like I never seen that shit. That might have been lucky. Zoro might have got lucky right there, you know what I'm saying? But wait, Big Mom goes to do Happy Mothers on Luffy, who's just knocked out on the floor because he just used gear for it. He's exhausted, right? She's about to hit him with the attack. She is in the motion, once again, of hitting Luffy, and she's saying her named attack simultaneously. And then Zoro once again blitzes Big Mom before she's able to do it, pick up Luffy, and get out the way at the same time. Is this happening to a Yonko? Zoro's able to come in, swoop up Luffy, and get out of there, all while she's in one motion? Or maybe he got lucky those 2 times. Like, maybe Big Mom just was having a bad day. Like, we don't know, right? But wait, again? Big Mom getting blitzed? Prometheus with Killer this time? Like, guys are having a field day on Big Mom. Zoro cutting Prometheus with Killer? And she's like, whoa. Question mark? Oh, what's going on? So yeah, there's plenty of instances where Zoro's able to blitz and get the 1-up on Big Mom. Zoro has these speed feats. And even if he didn't, right? Let's say he doesn't and you guys don't agree with that. I want to remind you guys, Big Mom is the same character that doesn't dodge attacks sometimes. She will see an attack coming head at her, be scared for her life, but still say, nah, I'm not gonna dodge that. For example, with Kid's corner deal attack. She sees him charging it up. She's like, what? Kid, you're alive? And decides to just stand there as Kid hits her with the corner deal. Same with Damn Punk. I never understood this. She was getting fucked up by these guys previously and she knows the damage they can do. She looks at Kid charge up his ultimate attack and says, give me your best shot. And this was her in the same panel. Regardless, Zoro, in my opinion, would hit this woman with whatever he wants. Alright, so can Zoro actually do significant damage to Big Mom? And I think this one is pretty self-explanatory based on what he did on Kaido, and we're not going to spend a lot of time here. So Zoro with 30 broken bones was able to scar and speed blitz Kaido. And we can all agree that Kaido is more durable than Big Mom. If Zoro with 30 broken bones was able to do that to Kaido, what would a healthy Zoro on the rooftop do to a less durable opponent? I'm thinking it's life-threatening. And we all know Ashura is Conqueror's Haki, some form of Conqueror's Haki, because Kaido makes that remark after he gets hit by it. So this is pretty much insinuating to us that Conqueror's Haki is what really damages Kaido, but we already knew that since we seen Luffy piece up Kaido with advanced Conqueror's Haki the entire time after he wasn't doing any damage prior before he had the ability. And we know advanced Haki is said to be one of the most powerful abilities, one of the handful of the strongest can use this ability. And you guys are probably saying, oh, Ashura is his ultimate attack, that's only it. But Flying Dragon Blaze looked like it could potentially do something to Big Mom. Why the hell was Big Mom yelling off the top of her lungs for Kaido to dodge, and this attack wasn't even for her? She was so scared that she told Kaido to dodge and yelled so loud. Why was she so afraid? It's giving me the feeling that if this was directed towards Big Mom, she might have been shitting her pants, because yo, that could do some real damage. So yeah, like I explained, Conqueror's Haki does significant damage to Kaido, who's more durable than Big Mom. Zoro, with his King of Hell state, should be doing significant damage to Big Mom as well. His King of Hell attack should scale somewhat near Ashura and might not necessarily be stronger. He's still using advanced Conqueror's Haki infusion, and that rooftop Zoro was a weaker Zoro. To be fair, when I'm mentioning King of Hell attacks doing damage, I'm mainly referring to the stronger ones. Obviously, I'm not talking about the one sword style ones like Lion Song, even though low-key those should be doing some good damage because she was scared of a Dragon Blaze, which is weaker. And on top of that, she gets damage and she's afraid of literal metal debris. Not even Kid's attack that's followed up by his physical strength. Literally metal from the surrounding buildings. Listen, I'm gonna throw Big Mom a bone here and say his King of Hell attacks have to be some of his stronger ones in order to really get the job done. Alright, now let's talk about what Big Mom could do to Zoro, because it's only fair. So in terms of speed, we kind of already discussed that Big Mom won't necessarily have the advantage here because Zoro was able to speed blitzer in many altercations. But to say that Big Mom can't hit Zoro or land an attack on Zoro is kind of unfair. But let's talk about all of her attacks, and I'll be as fair as possible. Let's start with her weaker attacks in comparison to her stronger attacks. Now, if Zoro doesn't get out the way for a Kaku sovereignty, what would that attack do to Zoro, and would he be able to stop it? Some people like to mention that the attack erases stuff, but that necessarily makes it OP. Well, that's definitely not the case. But Eustace Kid was able to take an Ikaku sovereignty head on, literally with his body, and continue on fighting and use his awakening. Now, it would be safe to say that Zoro can take that attack head on too, because Zoro has some of the best endurance in the series, and you could possibly scale it, or probably scale it above Kid's. But even if Zoro wanted to take the attack head on, what's stopping him from blocking it? A way weaker Zoro was able to block a way stronger attack for a brief moment. Zoro, who got a power up, it's very possible that he can block an attack in this stronger state of his, especially when the attack is weaker than the one he blocked prior when he was weaker. So there's a possibility of Zoro enduring the attack, and there's a possibility of him blocking the attack. It's not me saying he completely blocked Takaya, I know he didn't, but it's just the fact that this is a way weaker attack, and it's the fact that Zoro is way stronger now. So now let's talk about Mazer Cannon, and this one is kind of strange to talk about because she infused all her homies for the first time and shot ulti, and ulti got back up the next chapter. Now, I know people like to say that, okay, she's a flying 6, she has really good endurance, but if the attack cannot put down a flying 6 member, what makes you think it's putting down Zoro? There's nothing to suggest that Zoro would actually get defeated by this attack, or he can't handle this attack. The only time we've seen it was used on ulti. And ulti prior to taking the attack was already taking a bunch of damage from other people and still managed to get up from the attack. Just based on the overwhelming difference of power between Zoro and ulti, I don't see a world where ulti can take this and get back up, even while being nerfed, while this is extremely lethal to Zoro. Remember, Zoro's the same guy who got up from 30 broken bones. We know what it takes to put down Zoro. Alright, let's talk about Big Mom's strongest attack, Misery. What would this do to Zoro? Now, I want to remind you guys, she used Lifespan in order to make herself stronger before she used this attack. It's called 3000 Leagues of Misery. We can assume this was her strongest attack. It's the last attack she used before she went out. She uses Misery, and then she instantly gets hit by Law's rock. As soon as she's saying, destroy those little things, Law comes down and hits her with a rock, and the attack goes away for a good moment. And then we come back to Big Mom getting pieced up by Eustace Kid and his damn punk. And then Misery tries to come save Big Mom from Law, and Law is paying no mind to this attack. And then Law speed blitzes Misery, and slices it in half with basically his sword. And this wasn't his room ability because he's not even in his room. What more do I need to say? We know who Roronoa Zoro is. Once again, we know the king of slicing shit is none other than Roronoa Zoro. Now, there could be an argument made that she's gonna use soul focus and continuously take her lifespan, and that could make her overall faster, more durable, or however you want to slice it. And maybe you're thinking, okay, Zoro might not be necessarily faster than her when she takes years of her lifespan. I want to remind you guys that Advanced Conqueror's Haki also gives Zoro buffs in many places as well. Prior to Advanced Conqueror's Haki, he was already blitzing Big Mom. Advanced Conqueror's Haki essentially makes you overall stronger. Luffy got somewhat touched by a base Kaido's Thunder Bagua. After he learned Advanced Conqueror's Haki, he was able to dodge a hybrid Kaido's Thunder Bagua using Gear Second. Now regarding durability, Luffy before Advanced Conqueror's Haki got completely knocked out by Kaido's Ragnarok attack. After he got Advanced Conqueror's Haki, even though he was still nerfed and could barely stand, he was able to take a Ragnarok from a stronger Kaido who was using his drunken modes, and as well as stated his Haki got stronger. So if Big Mom were to amp herself from what she looked like on the rooftop in terms of speed and durability and stuff via soul focus, Zoro also gets amps in other stats as well. And the main problem is obviously his time limit with Enma. And I do agree this could be the reason why he loses. He can't fight long enough until Big Mom's actually defeated, which is a really good point. As much as I do think Big Mom is trash, and it all depends on if Zoro can finish Big Mom by the time King of Hell mode runs out, if there even is a time limit. So I guess I'll leave it as that. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Make sure you guys take the time to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.